Okay, today I'm gonna show how to bypass or how to find blockers in LASM and how to remove them and how to kind of find log blockers, SS blockers and LASM blockers. First of all, I'm gonna have to LASM the file that we want to use. That's this really old encryption by Kraken, but it doesn't matter really. And it is wait, did I accidentally log it? Yes, I accidentally logged. That wasn't the point of it. Okay. It should be done by this time. Now we can just simply use this fixed tool right here, select the LASM file, and use it on this. And here it's gonna be done. And then we can check this file. Okay, first of all, we're gonna try to assemble this, and we will see there's a problem. You have to read the arrow, okay? In LASM blocks, you just read the arrow and you can see it. You see this? It shows there's an uncounted float minus blah 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 blah. And you can see, oh, that's this. Okay. Basically, you have to do this, rep, and be sure to have this space right here. This space. It's important in order for it to actually fix this. You can simply just replace this like this, and it's done. And then we can see it's working fine. Successfully assembled. That's the important part about this. This is just one LASM blocker. I will probably do this on other encryptions as well, so there's no problem about that. Now for removing garbage, we can just simply use this tool. It's really good. It doesn't destroy the script at all or anything. It's completely fine afterwards. So just take a short second. It's a bit of laggy in this, but here we are, taking its time. But it's gonna at least remove every single garbage file or garbage text that's in here. You can see the size going down harshly. So this is a really good garbage removal tool. You might want to lose. You see in this encryption there's 643,000 lines probably of garbage. My game just fucking crashed for some reason. You can see the difference to the file now. It's way less, and the file is still working fine. Here you can see it's still running. We're not gonna fucking let it run through because fucking hell, it's stupid. Now, what the important part is that if we check this file, we will be able to see that it is actually full of JMP go-tos to the fucking edge. Use everywhere JMP go-to, and we're gonna remove this later on because this is probably, in my opinion, the Bydz dumper that's doing that. And also we can see it's encrypted with base 16 as far as I can see, which is pretty fortunate for us because that's not that hard to decrypt actually. But I'm not gonna show you how to do that right now because that's a whole longer video. We can also scroll up now and check for the blockers. The blockers are mostly at the top of the scripts. In some encryptions they are between the fucking encrypted script, which is really annoying, but it's still able to be removed. What I can say is, really obviously, test is always a blocker. You can always remove it. Everything that has test in it, just remove it. It's like 90% of the time a blocker, and if it's not that important. You're at the start of the times, mostly you will not have an encryption that has test as a non-blocker. But if you remove these SS2 blockers, these are now that you get the script in SS2, because if you check in SS2, this script right now, we're able to see this is full of bullshit. This is actually a small script, but you can see here it's full of 1, 2 and shit. Also, I'm gonna shortly show this, how to just here 1, 2, remove them, and then we have the script done like this. Let's see if we can. Yes, we can actually get the formula pretty easily, because this is not well blocked, I'm gonna be honest, but it will load this for eternity. You will not get anything out of this. This is useless, so ignore that. We will not be able to decrypt this file until we have removed all of this bullshit. Load bool is also mostly a blocker, and you can tell if it says something like getABOOP v0 u0 and then nb or some bullshit, it's mostly a blocker. You gotta be careful with setABOOP. These two are actually useful functions normally, but in this case they're just used to spam, and you can normally remove them here. The script might not run, but that's not the important part. We don't need it. It doesn't really matter, because the important part is always down there. Also, here's a lot of fucking spam, which we will have to remove as well. I'm really annoyed by this. I don't know why the fuck it's here. I'm not gonna remove it now, but I'm gonna show you what the blocker is. We also, here it's full of this setABOOP, getABOOP, and B, even though I'm trying to show you some other blockers, but it's not letting me really. Alright, here we go. You can see this stuff full of complete garbage. This is just where it says O and where it says P and Q. It's full of spams. You can tell if there are these things like where it spams getables and full of fucking just one single character strings, and then with fucking hilarious numbers like V100. You can just tell that is 100% the blocker. I is also oftenly used for blockers actually. I'm just confused why. Oh, there we actually see something. This could something be. There's a GG set visible, which you can read out. GG process kill. This looks like detection for logging, but we're gonna look into that later. Also, something important to notice: every line that includes nil, so every one of these, everything here that has nil in it, can be removed. Everything. And basically, if you have this here, go to, and here go to, you can just remove everything between the go to, and it mostly doesn't hurt the script at all, so it will still execute. If you see stuff like this here with getABOOP with the underscore, that's obviously also again a blocker. You can see it's so oftenly used. Here this lnil win one as well. This is basically full of this stuff. But you also might have realized that you can see stuff like BOR and UNM, and what is there as well, like SHL, mul. These are all functions that are mostly not in the script. So mostly, if an assembly starts with these, you can just remove those, because mostly they are not important. But what is important is where to find the script actually. We can see here this is full of complete fucking garbage functions. Actually, what is important to notice, these are functions, and this is the function of is the end of the function. So basically you can actually do something which is, well, something I mostly do because it's just fucking easier, but sometimes you just miss the formula and a lot of fucking stuff by doing this is if you just remove everything, like literally everything else except for the script. And sometimes I just miss the encryption formula because it's below some other blockers or some stuff. But here importance. You can see here below it starts again with blockers, but what you can also see, but actually in this one, it doesn't end the function here. Okay, it has actually, okay, the blockers are inside the function. Okay, so this is RIP for us. Basically, what I sometimes do is just get to the first function, which I for some reason can't find here, function f0, remove all other functions, get the script from here, wherever it is here, and copy the stuff from it, and then remove all the other stuff, and in the end you see and f0, remove all the stuff, have still the start of f0, and then just paste the script in again, and we have basically the complete script without any blockers and basically how it's encrypted. That's basically how easy it is to remove everything. But you have to be careful because some encryptions that are more advanced can make it so you can't do that, and your SS tool will not fucking give out any fucking shit. But that's the complicated stuff, which is definitely not the easy stuff to remove, so be careful about that. Now something which I'm gonna address is the log blockers. I'm gonna maybe say how they work. Log blockers mostly work with string wrap or 4i100 or stuff, and in order to find these log blockers, you can basically tell how they work. Here you can see something. This is actually a good example. This is not a log blocker, but this is something I want to address. This is for load KB01 for 115. So you can see this is basically the high number, which if we edit it to 2, for example, not under 2 because 1 doesn't work, so we do 1 2. It will be faster executed and will not load this 15 times. Or for example, GG sleep, and if we see 1000 below that, we can say it has the GG sleep for 1000, which we can change to 2, and it will instantly, and it will just remove the GG sleep basically. For log blockers is often like you can tell with 999 or something, which in this case is actually not the fucking case. This actually, if you look at this, you can see base 16 encrypt the code, which is obviously then this right here is not the string rep. This right here is the gg.get results. So this is actually not what we need to remove, and we can tell that the log blockers in this script actually don't use any of these. And also I think there are literally no log blockers in this. Yes, I think there are no log blockers in this. I am gonna be honest, I haven't found any yet. And if there are, they're using debug traceback. And removing debug traceback stuff is actually not that easy. So be careful with that. In order to remove stuff like debug traceback, it's gonna take you a while to understand how these log blockers work and what to change about them for them to work, and you have to have a lot of knowledge in it. So really don't bother with that at this point. Right now, the important part is also to find out that we can easily find string wrap. Oh, we found it. So that's a log blocker. We can tell that. So that's really easy how you can find most log blockers. And you can also say here, string.char, you see string.char 255 is basically, you can tell it wants to print these or do something with these. But also we can see that self rep load k 999. We can change this to, what do I know, to 2 or something like this, and it will basically remove the log blocker. You could basically tell here as well. And then below we have one of the 3400, and we can change this to 2 as well. So this is important. And we can just search for all these reps, and we can every time do the same thing. It seems like there's a lot of spam for this, so I'm just gonna look through it and see if there's anything. Oh, actually we have something here. This is a rep blocker. I know this blocker. Also here's all the log blockers with toString. This is a hook blocker up here, and down here we have a self rep, and then we see it says a rep, and this blocker is a. If a it doesn't equal a for rep, it should end. But yeah, that's another thing. You don't have to really do much about that, because mostly it doesn't really work that well if you just change rep to sub. Actually, that's a fact. You can just change this rep here to sub, and the rep will basically be removed. Something else, we have debug get info alert source Java. This is a hook blocker. It's really famous. Many people use it. This is another one of these. There's a lot of hook blockers in here, I can tell. I actually wanted to find more of the rep. So actually, this is the last one. Okay, so there's not much we will find here. Actually, here's something else. It says rep, but it doesn't really define anything. So I guess this right here is, so for example, no log blocker. You can't see anything that has rep defined, but here in case you can see it. That's basically it. What I want to show right now. I'm not gonna remove all these blocks because this is full of garbage, and I can fuck up a lot of shit in this, but overall this is basically how it works, and if you do it, it should work fine. I just fucking showed you how to do some of this stuff. So yeah, if you have any questions, you can always DM me. I'm gonna just do some self advertising here. It's my username on Telegram. Just DM me here, and I'm always free to help you. Have a nice day, I guess, or night. Bye.